it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait.
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Beach rugby is one of the fastest growing forms of rugby anywhere in the world. It's huge in Europe and now it's making its way down under. It's fun, fast and flashy action in the sun and the sand. This is beach rugby. Welcome to Staminade Beach Rugby Australia, presented by Bondi Sands, and the gorgeous Gold Coast will play host to the first ever international beach rugby event. Kirra Beach is the location, and for some of the best five-a-side beach rugby teams in the nation, they're set to go head-to-head and scorch on the sand. Coming up on today's show, we'll see the Colts final first, the HP Locals and the Seagulls, both based out of the Gold Coast. And there's an international flavour to the Open Men's Final. The Cavaliers will take on the Bam Bam side based out of the Gold Coast. I'm Josh Minogue. Joining me in commentary is dual international Lottie Takiri. Lottie, you've played both rugby and rugby league, but have you ever played beach rugby?
Never played beach rugby as a competition, but I have played a bit of throw-around stuff on the beach. Everyone knows you go back to Fiji, you play in Fiji, afternoon sun comes out, people having a cocktail on the beach. You play some beach rugby and you watch some beach rugby.
Sounds like paradise to me, so we'll see some of the best sides. The Colts final up first, the Seagulls in the black and white and the HP Locals in the yellow and black there. We kick things off straight away. There's some different rules to what we're used to seeing in most rugby there. There is no kicks and all the penalties will be taken by a free kick or a tap in the action, and immediately the Seagulls are under the pump there, and the big fella Tuali there, he got a big shot put on him, and the HP Locals will go back. They'll have to take the tap again, and a little bit different playing on the sand as opposed to on the grass, isn't it, Lottie?
Yeah, it is, mate. It's 8 people in the squad and only 5 allowed on the pitch at any one time. 2 seconds with the ball. You can't be stationary with it, so it's fast-flowing, free-flowing fun here on the beach of Kirra.
Yeah, and immediately to start, it's been all over the place. And big defence from the Seagulls has the HP Locals basically going backwards, and we can see they immediately dumped it out. The Locals try and go down the sideline. Big Robinson, he dumps it and then really gives one of the HP Local boys some for his trouble, but they get the penalty there, and the Locals will tap and go again. And a massive shot from Tuali there, and mate, that's big defence from the Seagulls boys.
Big Jordan, you wouldn't run straight at him, would you?
Oh, not in a million years. I think you'd be all right, but I might get smacked. And a big hit up the centre there. Doherty tries to shuffle his way through, goes down. The ball comes back to there, and it's all HP Locals at the moment. They've got the first opportunity to attack, and it looks like they've gone over. Campbell Brown gets the first try of the final to put the HP Locals in front.
Just got that on the line.
Lottie only just got there, didn't it? And it's all HP Locals with the ball, but big defence from the
Seagulls.
Seagulls.
Quick, straight tap, straight up.
And there's Ward there with the headband on. He's been a big attacking player for the Seagulls all tournament long, and he's a fiery young fella, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I think the key in any of these shorter versions of rugby or rugby league or whatever, the key is possession. You've got to hold possession. The longer, obviously, you have the ball, you're going to give yourself more opportunity to score. And what a try by young Tim Johansson in the corner there.
Yeah, Johansson did really well to stay in, and we could see how quick the taps are on the turnaround. There's no waiting. We're straight back into the action, and you're 100% right there. Ball control, and I guess holding onto the ball for most of the game will be key to winning it here, and it's end-to-end rugby so far for these boys, and really good skills from them so far. It hasn't been too many knock-ons or anything like that, and almost immediately, and the commentator's cursed just like that. He's knocked it on as soon as I said it.
Yeah, well, like a lot of games, as I was saying, you want to hold possession. You want to make the players suck up, go to the middle, and then the space is going to be on the outside, which you just saw then, but he dropped the ball over the line.
Just like that. A soft little hit up there from the Seagulls boys, and he's gone down the outside. Straight over the top. Nothing soft about Will Adams at all, and the winger there for the Seagulls just turned his back, and you being a former winger yourself, Lottie, you know never to do that on the attacking players.
No, I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, terrible stuff there, but immediately back on the attack, 2-1 to the HP Locals.
He look at him, the big fella.
Stormer Norman through the centre, dumps it out the back. Ward gets it, throws it out the back there again, and it's 2-on-1. Johansson with the step, and Just like that, he's got 2 tries. And that Johansson, unbelievable footwork there from Johansson, wasn't it, to get across the line?
See, this is what to get me, the quick tap. You've got to get back really, really quick.
Yeah, they're end-to-end there. And, of course, with only 3 reserves and unlimited interchange, it's fast-paced action for the 2 5-minute halves here. The Locals spreading it wide. Oh, another big shot from Robinson. And the 2 boys wearing 18, they've been putting the big hits on for that Seagulls side.
Yeah, we're starting to get a bit spicy here.
Yeah, a little bit of push and shove, some niggle into this game, and plenty of feeling from the young blokes. And do you tend to find that the younger guys, they get a bit fired up when it comes to the final?
They do get a bit fired up, and here's young Jordan going through again. He's got 3-on-1.
And he just dumps it out the side there. Another big hit, so very fired up. Oh, a run there.
A bit of a high tackle, but they've let that go.
Oh, but he gets it down. Lauder there, it was very high around him in the corner, but Lauder scores a try. He's very happy with the celebration. And that is 3-2 to the Locals. The Seagulls will tap and go again.
This is a small man's game. You lower to the ground.
Oh,
you're much
try
more
from Ward.
able to push through. Great try from young Gordon Tallis Ward.
Oh, the big fella. I don't know if he'll be stoked with that one, but he plays like it up front. And just as you said it, Lottie, small man's game, plenty of speed on the outside.
Plenty of speed on the outside. I think these guys may be targeting the bigger blokes on the other team, making them work a bit harder, and then shoveling the ball out to the wing. Who knows? But it seems like that's what HP Locals are trying to do here.
Especially as those big boys start to get tired. They're running in the sand. It's so much tougher than it is on the grass. They'll have to use that into the second half of the game.
Definitely, mate, definitely.
So the boys take the tap there. The Seagulls slow, and Liam Robinson straight up the centre. A big run from Robinson. He's dragged down just metres from the line there. Dumps it out the back, but it looks like the HP Locals, they've pilfered that one. They've got the ball, and he shoots away up the centre, but the referee's going to call it back. And some big runs from the Seagulls' large men there to finish the half. That is half-time, 3-3. Lottie, what are your thoughts?
Mate, I think the HP young blokes from the HP Locals, they've kept possession. They scored the tries, and as I said before, you know, you keep possession in this game, you're going to go a long way.
And what have the Seagulls got to do to get back into this one?
What do the Seagulls have to do? They've got to hold on to the ball. They've been turning the ball over too much, and I think they're using their big fellas up the middle too much as well. So get that sorted and spread it out to the wings, and they'll hopefully strip them of numbers.
Yeah, they got some talent out on the edges. Johansson's 2 tries already, and we saw that footwork from him, and that was a good ball there to see Tallis Ward get over the line. So at halftime, the Seagulls and the HP Locals 3-3, but it's been all the HP Locals running, and just the talent of a couple of the quick men from the Seagulls keeping them in it. HP Locals, and once again, 5-minute halves. You can only hold on to the ball for 2 seconds. And 5 aside, and a big hit from Tallis Ward without the ball there. Number 13, Tallis Ward with the headband. He's a fiery, and he's one of the leaders in this Seagulls side. And the referee calls that up. They're going to hand it over, and there's just a little bit of niggle to start the second half here. And the boys look very fired up, Lottie.
Oh, everyone loves a bit of niggle. Have a look at that shot by big Liam Robinson. It's a great shot. They play on.
Down the outside there. We go to the corner cam, step inside, but the Locals won't go over. Try to get rid of the ball there, and once again tries to go over the top. Just a big push and a couple big hits to start. At the moment, the ball goes back to the Seagulls.
I'll tell you what, with these young Seagulls boys, they've got a rugby league background. They're holding up well in defence.
Yeah, very good. We can see down the field, Johansson to Wooster, and Wooster's done a great job there. Knocks on, but big Tua'ali, some skills back to Johansson. He'll step on the inside, and he scores. Johansson, he's got a treble, the hat-trick from the young centre there, and he looks like he can play good football.
He can play, the kid. He's probably player of the final so far.
Yeah, very good. And he goes off to the sideline to have a rest, and those interchanges, they're happening all day. The Locals now, they're behind. Oh, big shot from Tallis Ward. What about that one? The spear tackle, but the referees let it go. So I think he didn't see it. And the HP Locals, they've still got the ball somehow. I think the ref's just letting this go. The Locals get it out. They're going to try and spread it. The big fella tries to charge over. And again, Tallis Ward with the big defence. The referee stops him. And I think he's given him 2 minutes in the bin. So Ward, 2 minutes into the bin, he's got a spear tackle and another high shot.
He got him. I didn't think he got him, but he did well. He did well, the ref there.
So we're 4 on 5. The HP Locals immediately take advantage through Tanza there. And you got to think 4 on 5 in the second half. It's almost all over for the Seagulls here. They're going to be in trouble if they're going to try and stick with the Locals for the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if they can expose their lack of numbers, they could run away with it here, the locals.
Yeah, and it's just a numbers game from here, isn't it? Spread it wide, get those 2-on-1s, and
There it
they've
is.
just done it exactly like that. The big fella tromps us
Jeez, has he
over.
gone over in the corner? I don't know what's happened there.
Campbell Brown
Did he
there.
put it down?
He thought he'd scored, but you picked it, Lottie. The referee said no try, and that's experience coming out from the commentary
What was
team
he
here.
doing?
Campbell Brown was as easy as you will ever see it, and that one might come back to haunt the HB locals.
What was he doing, Campbell Brown?
I don't know, but the locals have got the ball back there. They're going to
He's got a
pass
second
out.
chance here.
See if he can do it again. Charges forward, the big bustling run. Is he going to go over? No, he's fallen short, and I think maybe the Seagulls moved the line there. You can see that the red try line's just been pushed out.
Campbell.
A little bunny scratch there, and that's another player. So they've just got Ward back on, and now number 8's been sent off. Ben Staff's got 2 minutes in the bin, so back-to-back sin bins for the Seagulls, and they're under the pump again.
They're doing it tough. They're making it tough on themselves, the Seagulls.
Very, very tough. Little knock on, I don't know, from Rapali there. The HP locals will get the ball, and once again, it's 4-on-5 here in the locals. They've got the advantage late into this second half, but you got to feel for the Seagulls here. They're just trying and trying and trying, aren't they?
You can't knock them for their effort here. There's only 4 on the field at the moment. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be too happy with my teammates if they kept getting sent off like they did.
Sent off like that, you're not wrong. And there's a little scuffle in the background, and that's allowed.
Will Adams in the corner.
He's gone straight through, and you just said it, Lottie, there's a lack of discipline there, and that just opened up a try for Will Adams.
Yeah, well, young Tallis, Ward, he's carrying on like the Raging Bull, his namesake. I played with Gordon, and he did carry on like that at different times.
He never got sent off, did he?
Never got sent off, just in a state of origin.
Never deserved it, that's for sure, the big fella. And they've had 2 send-offs, the Seagulls, and that's
Still
why they're
only
down.
4 on the pitch.
Yeah, and
4 versus 5.
there's only a few seconds to go left in this match, and Liam Robinson's got the ball. He's going to go himself. One last opportunity here. He just falls short, flicks it out the back. That goes over the sideline, and that'll be all she wrote. And the HP locals, they've won the Colts final here. High fives all round. Liam Robinson tried to be the hero there at the end, but just couldn't get there.
Just couldn't get there. You can't be happy about the way that they've carried on in this game, the Seagulls boys. Had they kept players on the field for a lot of the game, I think they had a chance to win this.
Yeah, they only go down by 1 try, and they spent most of the second half 1 man down, and you can see they've got skills and some good footballers there. But what did you think of the first ever Beach Rugby Australia Colts final?
Great work by the HP locals. You know, there was fast and furious action. There was a bit of niggle in there from a few of the boys.
And a couple of, almost non-tries there. They'll be kicking themselves for going over the back. The full-time score there, HP Locals 5, the Seagulls 4. And that is the Colts final at Staminade Beach Rugby Australia, presented by Bondi Sands. We'll be back after the break with the Open Men's Final. Welcome back to Staminade Beach Rugby Australia, presented by Bondi Sands from the Golden Sands of Kirra Beach on the Gold Coast. And it was a huge tournament all weekend long that included some of the best women's beach rugby teams in the country. I'm Josh Minogue, and of course, dual international, 67 caps for the Wallabies, 167 games in the NRL. Lottie Takiri, but you've never played beach rugby, and you're about to see the best 2 teams in the country at the moment go head-to-head, the Cavaliers and Bam Bam.
Can't wait for this one. We've got an ex-Fijian captain in the Cavaliers, and Blake Griffin. He's come all the way from the States, from the Detroit
NBA.
Pistons.
Oh, an international lineup here. Of course, the Cavaliers, an invitational side based out of the Northern Territory, but packed with Fijian talent. And Kaku there, he was the captain of the Fiji 7-sider there. Immediately away, the Cavaliers. They go up the centre, and oh, what a hit from Ukulele. What a shot
That was
there.
a big double base, not a ukulele.
And the shots continue. Oh, what a shot to start this match. And Bam Bam are under the pump. Of course, the Cavaliers in blue and yellow, Bam Bam in red. And they get the ball back, and you're not wrong there. Big shot to start the game. And while Bam Bam's had all the ball, it's been all Cavaliers in defence. It's been massive from them so far. A really, really good shot. Uru there gets the ball, goes straight up the centre, turns it back on the inside, and immediately all over the park from these Fijian boys here. And they're just stepping out a lot of these tackles. A couple of good footwork, steps back on the inside. Bam Bam have got the ball, and then the tide has turned almost immediately as they go back up the sideline, and it's a frenetic start to this match.
Frenetic start, great start. Pinpoint passes, quality beach rugby here.
You can already see the jump from the Colts up into this open competition.
You can. This young bloke, Joe Tuilawaki, feeds ukulele. It's helter-skelter stuff here.
Yeah, down the centre. Uru gets it there, the big fella. You can see how much taller he is. He just takes the tackle. He's got 2 seconds to get rid of the ball, dumps it out the back there, and then Tabu fires a big pass out down to Joe Tuilawaki there, and then out on the wing, a big battle. He's going to go out over the sideline. He does. He just gets pushed out over the sideline.
Great defence. It's a great start here.
Yeah, back and forward there. Calder taps the ball, goes into the centre, a little step dummy, back to Calder there. He goes the hospital pass over the top, and the big fella, Tu'a there, goes up the centre, dumps the ball back out the back again, and side to side, end to end kind of action here. And I think Bam Bam have just got most of the running at the moment. Uru's been in everything, the big number 11, and then immediately away the Cavaliers.
He had numbers down the short side there. Should have used the man.
Just didn't give it there. They spread it out the side here, and you can see a little bit of class. Uru goes through. I thought he had to give it that one then. They could have scored, but straight up the centre. What about that? A try almost immediately. Ukulele there. He's been in all the action so far.
Yeah, he's made the turnover before, and he's got the try then, so he's having a good final so far. And on comes Lotte Rakambula. He's played for New Zealand in the sevens, number 7 there. He's won a Commonwealth gold medal. And there's plenty of quality in this on the field at the moment.
And did you line up against him in the Commonwealth Games playing that sevens, Lottie, for Australia?
I lined up against him in Melbourne in 2006, I think it was, and they beat us in the semi-final, I think it was.
The big question is, why aren't you out here lining up playing against him? Or
you can probably see why, mate. There's only 2 of us on this couch.
Too far done in the commentary booth. It's easier to watch from the sideline, that is for sure. Bam Bam've got the ball, but they're one down. The quick tap there from Hoffmeyer, and tried to run a little play, but they've already handed it over to the Cavaliers. And down the outside, we speak of international talent there. And
Stefano the Car, he's the
Fijian captain. Yeah, played sevens.
And he still looks in trim shape. He's in his 40s, this bloke.
And he made it look so easy. He got space on the outside. He's still got the speed. He's played at the highest level. And beach rugby, well, he's enjoying it out here at the moment. Calder goes with that one, tries to go straight up the centre, but drops the ball there, hands over to the Cavaliers, and it's the mistakes that are killing Bam Bam at the moment.
Good step. He's got away, Umbele Tambu.
What a try there, unbelievable. And we talk about mistakes, and it's going to cost the Bam Bam side. Cavaliers go 3-0 up.
Yeah, well, the Bam Bams, they've had a go. They've been putting some set plays on. They're just not holding on to the ball.
And we saw in the Colts game, mistakes that cost every side. So 3-0 to the Cavaliers at the moment. They're just showing a little bit of class. Bam Bam, they're going to need to score almost immediately to get back into this one there. And they've, as you said, been running those set plays. It's been strong defence from the Cavaliers once again. And
holding them up off the ball.
They're swarming over. Didn't get rid of the ball. The tap almost immediately.
Again. That was at 2 seconds. You've got to get rid of the ball.
And that's what the Cavaliers are doing in between the legs. Unbelievable stuff from them. And Kaku there, he gets the ball away once again, and the Cavaliers are on a roll. They're going down the outside. He's going to reach out. Atu, the big fella there. They picked him up. What about that? Goes all the way over and lands on the gut.
I heard they picked him up hitchhiking on the side of the road on the way down to the Gold Coast.
Well, what a pickup, because he's got over and scored the 4th try back. Calder goes up the centre there, and looks like the refs called a penalty almost for offside.
He did call offside, coming the wrong side. He scored.
Caught him napping.
Blake Griffin, he's straight off the plane from Detroit.
And he's gone over there in the try.
Rakambula there, he come from the wrong side. He's more experienced than that.
Yeah, a little mistake there from the Cavaliers, and it's cost them 1 try. So close to the halftime whistle, and Bam Bam get back in it. They give themselves some hope, but the Cavs have got the ball. They go back up the centre.
Just this Umbele, he's strong on his feet.
Palms them off, and you can see there the Bam Bam boys just aren't getting the Cavaliers back to the ground, and it's costing them moment after moment. The referee calls half-time, and that is all she wrote for the first half. The Cavaliers up 4-1, and geez, it's been a physical start to this game.
It has been a physical start, but as you can see, the Fijian guys, they're used to this soft sand. They're used to the sand. Looks like they've been training the sand hills of Singatoka. And that's where the Fijian national team trains for their sevens. I think some of these blokes have been a part of that.
And when you got the likes of Kakao there and the international contingent in that side, they've got that experience, and I think that's what's showing out over the top of the Bam Bam boys.
I think it is, and it's going to be an entertaining second half. The Bam Bam have just got to try and keep possession in this half.
Calder's switched his jumper. He's now in number 7, and he'll kick off to start. Immediately goes up the centre. Oh, and what a start from Bam Bam. Wooster with a big try there. Unbelievable from him.
Wooster.
He loves it. Wooshka from Wooster there, and they get him back in it. So they drag one back to be 4-2 up, but immediately the Cavaliers go back on the attack, and Nasibi there puts on a big hit from the boys. He spreads it wide, and almost immediately the reply and the big flying ukulele try in the corner, and it's end-to-end stuff to start the second half.
The big base is in the corner again.
Loves it. Sends it out wide there, and they're going to go side to side here, I think, in the second half. Bam Bam, they've made some adjustments here, and already it looks like more of an enterprising play from this side in red.
I think if they're going to get back into it here, they've got to recycle quicker. They're going to the ground. It's just taking too long to get the ball out.
Yeah, big hits there. I don't think it helps. The defence from the Cavaliers is ferocious.
Here we go.
Up the centre there. Massive, massive try there. So Amasi goes over and gets Bam Bam one back.
Amasi tu Vanuavo, mate. How's you go with that surname?
I'm going to leave that name to you, that's for sure.
Oh, great pass.
Cavaliers immediately on the attack. The big step on the inside, and Delai Moto goes over, and it's end-to-end stuff at the moment, but good ball work
right
from
over
the
there,
Cavs.
pass from Seru.
And Moto, he goes like a Moto, that's for sure, down the sideline. He had speed to burn, and Bam Bam are back in it, steps on the inside.
Why wouldn't he back himself there? The bigger fella gets a smaller guy straight down the wing.
And the winger knocks over.
Here goes the cow. No look pass to the wing.
Double step, little
Great
dummy.
goose step.
And over again, and just like that, end-to-end tries there from the boys. And, that's Joe. Tuilawaki, I'm glad you've got the names all sorted out of the Fijians, Lottie. And then it's back in a massive hit there. Huge hit from Fakau over to Nilla on the ground. And Bam Bam, I think that's a knock on. The referee will give the Cavaliers the ball, and they will start again. So up 7-3, it's just consolidate from here on in for the Cavs, and this tournament's theirs.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what they're doing. They're just spreading the ball, holding possession.
Big Uru, he gets those arms free, gets the offload, so great stuff from Uru.
Here goes the man of the tournament so far, Ukulele.
Oh, he's been great in the action, been in the thick of it all. They go down the flick pass to Atu down the outside. He drops that one, and the drifter, Atu, he's knocked on, and he'll give Bam Bam back the ball. An opportunity for them to get back into it. Big Wooster takes the hit up there, cops one, goes down onto the ground. The referee gives Bam Bam the ball. There's just a lull in play at the moment, but the Cavaliers go forward. Another one of the Wooster boys there starts to charge over. Kyle Lotz, he grabs the ball. They've got to give it back.
They've got to give it back. I don't know why he didn't play advantage there, but anyway.
Just a lull in play at the moment. The referee just having a chat, and he's called time, and I think it's just getting a little bit niggly from both the sides here, so you would have never gotten spoken to by the referee ever in your career, would you, Lottie? You're a saint.
Never in my career, mate. I was a winger. I didn't do anything. I made the front rowers and the forwards do all the hard work, mate.
Clean jersey at the end of the game, that's for sure. The referee just has a chat, tells them to calm down. We're only, a couple of minutes from full time, and Bam Bam, they need to try here to get back into it. They immediately spread it wide. The big step on the outside. He passes back on the inside there, but the Cavaliers...
made a big difference since he's come on. I reckon he should have started the game, but he's made a big difference for the Bam Bams.
Big size to that side there, and you need a bit of size here in this beach rugby.
Looks like a set plays going on here.
Just barking orders there immediately. Spread it wide, and they go deep at the moment, but they set themselves back a little bit. And Abel Tabu just keeps pumping the legs. He's stumbling, he's bumbling, he's rumbling all the way down the field. He's just got to get an offload, but doesn't manage. They spread it wide.
Wow.
Oh, the speed. Delai Moto there. Too much speed on the outside, and he goes like a moto. He'd be the Harley Davidson.
Well, Umbella Tambu, he just sucked in about 3 or 4 defenders, and there was always going to be space on the outside.
Couldn't cut those legs down. He was absolutely firing there, and I think it's almost all over. What a hit in the centre. He'll remember that one for sure. So the Cavaliers have stamped their authority on this one.
The Ko again.
Again, he gets that one on the outside, and it's just side-to-side, end-to-end action here in beach rugby. It has been an entertaining final so far. Uru with the goose step. They flick it between the legs. Skills there from these guys. You can't teach that kind of creativity,
Well, they're just playing with them now. They're just playing with them. They're up, 8-3?
Yeah.
And I think, is that the full-time hooter?
Full-time siren, but they've got one play left. It's all just pride here for the Bam Bam side, but the Cavaliers won't let them have it. Swarming defence, and that will be all she wrote. The Cavaliers claim the first ever Beach Rugby Australia tournament presented by Bondi Sands, and what a final it was, Lottie. Unbelievable. The Cavaliers win 8-3 over the local side Bam Bam, and they were just a class above.
They were class above, and I think it was apt that the guy who ended up with the ball, Ukulele, was the one who probably one of the players of the tournament. And look at that, he's scoring in the corner.
Unbelievable stuff. He proved the difference in the end. The Cavaliers, they had a couple of internationals that had played on the 7 circuit, and that experience just proved too much.
In saying that, I thought the Bam Bams really had a go. I think they'll turn up next year, bigger and better for that.
And what have you thought of the beach rugby tournament so far? It's obviously got a big future ahead of it, and great to see.
Great future. The sun will be out next year. Can't wait.
But the Cavaliers have won the tournament this year. Ukulele and Moto with a double. Thakau, Tabu, Atu and Joe all getting singles for the Cavaliers. Griven, Wooster, and I'll leave that one to you, Lottie, for the Bam Bam. But we will be back bigger and better than ever next year, September 6 to 8 at Kira Beach on the Gold Coast. Lottie, I know I'll be there. We'd love to have you back.
I'll be there with bells on.
Bigger and better than ever. Beach rugby is on fire. The Staminade Beach Rugby Australia presented by Bondi Sands. On behalf of myself and all the team, thanks for watching.